Throw 3 darts at the map. Toss in 3 wildly distinctive personalities.
Big fire, watch out!
Plus 3 clever projects. And you've got a craft show that'll have you saying, "That's clever." Hi, I'm Angela Martinez. Welcome to That's Clever. Artists often come up with ideas when they set out to craft a gift for a loved one. This metal artist from San Francisco thinks outside the box with copper and silver, and she creates a great keepsake for her niece.
Hi, my name is Aimee Golant, and I live in San Francisco, California. I heat, form, and bend metal to make functional and symbolic pieces. Today I'm going to make a copper and silver keepsake box. I'm going to beam into my studio. I'm in my studio. This is where I cut, file, saw, and form metal. In order to get started, I've got to get all my gear on. I always get dizzy when I do that. Okay, time to get started. My box basically consists of 2 metals, copper and silver. Over here I have the sheets for the lid and the bottom, and this larger copper sheet is for the body of the box. This is my sterling silver sheet, and I've already drawn my rose design on it. Now I'm going to cut out my rose design using this jeweler saw, put on my safety glasses. I designed this box after my niece, Rose. I wanted her to have a keepsake that she would cherish for a long, long time. Now my rose is cut out. See? Now I'm going to go over to my soldering area and sweat solder my silver rose onto my copper sheet for the lid of my box. In order to sweat solder the rose onto the box lid, I need to paint the rose with flux and then put little pieces of silver solder all over the back of the rose. Then I will heat it up and melt the solder. Now I'm going to walk over and put it in the pickle. Okay, this is a pickling station, and I'm going to put my piece in the pickle. Pickle is sodium bisulfate, and what it'll do is it'll clean off all the flux and the solder and make everything bright for the next step. Okay, the pickle has removed all the flux and the brick from the surface. I'm off to the pressing station. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this flat sheet and I'm going to get a nice dome using the hydraulic press. I'm going to use this jack to pump up the press. Here I go. This is the exciting part. I've got it. A nice domed piece for the lid. It's looking great. It's got the exact form I want. Now I'm going to take this over to the scissor shear and I'm going to cut the edge. Then I'm going to sand the edge using the belt sander. I'm going to measure and cut the body of the box. This part is how I get my exercise. Fun, huh? One more cut. Body of the box ready to go. The next step is I'll take it back over to the soldering area and I will anneal it so it's soft and ready to be bent into the shape of my box. Now it's nice and soft and it's ready to be formed into the box. I'm going to bend and form the copper walls of the box on this anvil using my hands and a mallet. I will also use the box lid as a guide. Okay, well, next I gotta solder the butt joint here, and then I'm gonna form it a little bit more to get the box shape just right. I have to make sure the solder is touching both sides to be joined. Now I gotta sand it down and solder it to the bottom plate. The bottom of the box is looking great, and when I put it together with the lid, even better. So now it's time to put on the feet. This is what I use to make the feet. I'll measure about 1/8 of an inch, and then I'll go over to my belt sander and I'll sand it to a point. Then I'll cut it off and it'll be ready to be soldered onto the bottom of my box. So I formed and cut all 4 feet, and then I went ahead and cut the 3 knuckles for the hinge and the leaf for the clasp. I'm ready to solder all these pieces in place. Big fire, watch out! Now I'm going to place the knuckles onto the box and mark where they belong. Got my hinge secured. Now I got to solder on the latch. I'm going to buff it to get it ready for patina. This is what liver of sulfur looks like. It's basically concentrated sulfur that doesn't smell very good. And this is what I use to patina the silver and the copper. My keepsake box is complete, and it's as beautiful as a rose.
We return to San Francisco, California to meet up with Aimee now. She's earning top brass with a name tag that doubles as the perfect gift for a friend.
I'm back, and I have another metal item that I make, a copper and brass name tag. This one is for my friend Jennifer. For the name tag, I start off with a piece of sheet brass where I draw and cut out the name. I use a permanent marker. I started making these name tags as gifts for my friends. They love them because now they don't have to wear those silly paper ones that say, "Hi, my name is." I have the name drawn on the brass, and now I'm going to go cut it out. Got the name and the heart cut out. Now I'm going to go work on the background. For the background of my name tag, I use a contrasting colored metal, copper. I add a texture by rolling it through the rolling mill with some sandpaper. This is the cool part. Now I'm going to flatten this out. I've got the foreground and the background, but before I can secure the brass to the copper, I need to melt solder all over the back of the Jennifer. Now I need to solder it down to the copper. Okay, I've pickled my piece so it's all cleaned up. And now I don't want to leave it just a rectangle like this, so I'm going to draw some swirly clouds around the Jennifer name. And then I'm going to cut it out using my jeweler saw. I've cut out my little Jennifer. Now it's time to form and solder the pin back. One last thing, polish. And now I have my pin. I know my friend Jennifer will really love it.
You can find artisans and crafters hard at work on the latest projects just about anywhere. We've just shown you 3.